So we talked about qualifying the decision maker, right? Are we speaking with the right individual? Now I want to talk about institutional knowledge, because in our effort to get to the decision maker, we're going to often have an opportunity to gather institutional knowledge so that when we speak to the decision maker, we can position our offering as strong as possible. Let's say I call into a restaurant. The initial person that answers the phone is the hostess.
So I was wondering, Jenny, who's the best person to chat about that with if it's not you?
Ultimately, I want to get to the owner, right? Because that's who I need to pitch. That's the decision maker.
That would be Jeff.
Jeff, got it.
But in my process from getting to the hostess to the owner, it gives me an opportunity to ask some questions, to gather some IK.
Let me go check. I think he might be in the kitchen.
Before you check, Jenny, I had a couple quick questions for you. What do you do right now for laundering? You know, I know your restaurant, you probably have table linen, tablecloths, napkins.
We have some washing machines in the back and we do it ourselves.
You run everything through that every day, every week?
It's usually every day.
Cool. And who does that?
One of the managers takes care of it.
Totally makes sense. And then for the employees, are they wearing the same type of uniform?
It's a black shirt, black pants, and a black apron.
Like it. Blacked out, but not on the job, right, Jenny?
That's right. Yeah.
Blacked out, but not on the job, right, Jenny?
That's right.
So in our visual, you'll see the city on the left, there's no institutional knowledge. We don't know anything about it. The buildings have no names. However, the building on the right, that's where we want to live. Why? We know about that city. We have institutional knowledge about that city. You'll notice how the buildings, they have names. The buildings have people inside of them, and those people inside of them have emails, phone numbers, working hours. These are all things we want to gather from our influencer or our gatekeeper so that when we get on the phone with the decision maker, we're able to reference back to the things we know to frame our request in a more strong way.
I see what you did there.
Another reason that institutional knowledge is so important is because it helps us bring value. Well, to bring value, we need to know what's going on inside that business, because we need to take our subject matter expertise and combine it with their specific business. What is the size and scope of that business? What do the financials look like? How many people are there? Do they work with competitors? If so, how is it going? Everything that you could think of about institutional knowledge, you want to gather, because ultimately when we get into step 4, applying product knowledge and making a recommendation, the more institutional knowledge that we have with our prospect's specific situation, we can merge that with our subject matter expertise. And then when we go to make a recommendation as an expert, that's a really strong recommendation. Having a lot of institutional knowledge gives us more credibility when we speak to the DM, because when I get on the phone with Johnny and I say,
Hey Johnny, I just spoke with Tressa. She mentioned you're with one of our competitors and it's not going so well because it's too expensive.
I wanted to tell you about how we can help alleviate that problem, right? That's a much stronger agenda that we're able to set because we have that institutional knowledge that we can apply and incorporate into our agenda.